Logging in Indiana's state forest generates more than $2.5 million each year. The practice isn't new, but the increase is worth noting. In the past decade, logging in these state forests has increased 1,000%. But during this time, one part of the forest has, among many people, generally been considered off limits. It's the backcountry, an area that was designated as a place for a wilderness experience. But now there's logging going on there, and legislation a state representative is proposing that would stop it likely won't go anywhere this session. Sarah Whitmire has the story.
Terry Usry says his property is a lot like an island. He's surrounded on all sides by the Morgan Monroe State Forest.
We're outdoorsy people. I'm out every single day out in the forest, hiking, walking my dogs.
Usry thinks the state has an obligation to preserve the forest. State officials agree, but they have different ideas about exactly how to do that.
We look at all of the attributes that the forest provides: recreation, wildlife, environmental services. We manage with that concept in mind that we're going to provide the most biological diversity as we can. So to get that, if you let the forest all age at the same time to be what some people might consider old growth, you won't have that diversity.
In its strategic plan, the DNR's Division of Forestry lists as its #1 goal the protection of all forest resources. Seifert says cutting timber helps species distribution and tree overcrowding. Here at the Morgan Monroe State Forest, Seifert and his team are researching the effects of forest management on tree regeneration and forest sustainability. This area has been cut, and now Seifert is watching how it grows back.
On our forest here, we're actually going in and planting now. Instead of letting nature take its place, we're actually going in and planting after we harvest a site like this. And we'll go in and plant the oak species and then come in and do a little weed control. Our goal is to close the canopy quickly so that all this other regeneration that would be a competitor starts to die out from lack of sunlight.
The state's current logging policies trace their roots back to 2004, when then Governor Mitch Daniels pushed for more public agencies to fund their own budgets, including the DNR's Division of Forestry.
I think at its heart it's an economic-driven management style, in that when Governor Daniels took office, he switched the management strategy of the Department of Natural Resources Division of Forestry to the position that they needed to bring in enough revenue to pay for their organization's function. So it's much more of a business model now.
Over the last decade, logging in state forests has increased 1,000%, from less than 1.5 million board feet to more than 14 million board feet in 2013. Seifert maintains that in a vast majority of the cases, the state conducts single tree selection, or cutting a tree here and a tree there.
We're only harvesting about 60% of what we're growing. So if you think about that, we're still accumulating, we're still growing bigger trees. We have really good inventory data that supports what we're doing.
But what I think people find particularly upsetting is it seems to know no boundaries.
This is the backcountry of the Yellowwood State Forest. It extends into the Morgan Monroe State Forest, and it's different than the rest of the forest. In 1981, the DNR, at then-Governor Robert Orr's request, established the backcountry as an area where people could enjoy a rugged, primitive experience. There are a number of restrictions, such as you can only access the area by foot, there are no roads, and you can't have horses. According to a DNR publication from 1981, users of these areas must exercise a great deal of caution to not disturb the natural habitat.
They're going to be a place for solitude and repose for the wilderness seeker to find what they can't find elsewhere, a forest that existed as they did 150 years ago.
Although it wasn't prohibited by law, the area was never logged.
Now we have clear cutting and logging occurring in what was considered the most kind of important part of the forest.
2 years ago, loggers came in and cut about 100 acres at the southern end of the backcountry. It was unprecedented, and it's happening again now at the northern end. That despite continued protests.
Now, they're taking 101 acres on the north end of the backcountry area, and they're going to cut down 1,100 trees in that. And they're saying, oh, that'll have no effect. You won't notice it. Go hiking in the southern end of the backcountry area where they did the sale last year. There's stumps all over the place. Skidder trails, a 40-foot wide gravel road across the ridge, a log landing area that you can turn a semi around in. You don't notice that when you're hiking in the woods? Of course you notice it.
According to the Forest Alliance, the state is getting less money for timber than private owners. Their data shows that in most cases, timber buyers pay about half of what they would for the same quality wood from private woodland owners. This backcountry plot went for a little more than $50,000.
In reality, you have heavy machinery going in to do the logging, you're clear cutting sections of the forest, and that can create potential for soil erosion and a lot of other impacts on the environment, let alone removing the trees from the forest.
As he enjoys his walks through the forest, Usry says he's confronted by the logging operations, whether it's a newly marked section of spray-painted trees, leftover fragments of tree tops, or the trail marks crushed into the soil from the logging equipment.
It's always a little bit depressing to me to see, oh, there's the new section that's been marked, and all these trees I know are going to be gone a year from now, and the forest is going to be all torn up.
Sarah Whitmire joins us now for more. Sarah, protection groups would like the same protections awarded for the backcountry, but it's different from the federal areas. What's the difference?
Well, you hear they kept saying this wilderness area, but the federal government, Congress, defines what a federal wilderness area is, and they make sure it's protected. With backcountry areas, it's really the state that defines a backcountry area, and they don't have those sort of same statutory protections like against commercial enterprises or motorized vehicles. And when we did talk to the state's director of the Division of Forestry, he did say there was never any intention to completely forbid logging in the backcountry.
Now, I have this article here from a DNR publication. I think it's from the early 80s when that backcountry was established. It does say that timber harvesting in the backcountry area will be restricted to single tree selection of mature, damaged, or diseased trees.
Yeah, the backcountry is all about providing that wilderness experience. They say when you go there, you're supposed to experience the outdoors like it was 150 years ago. So then the real question is, can you enjoy that experience if, for instance, now in the northern part, can you enjoy that primitive experience if 1,200 trees are being cut down in that area?
Will Representative Pierce's bill going to get a hearing this year, this session?
It seems unlikely. I spoke to the Forest Alliance, and they said the Division of Forestry was blocking the legislation.
Very interesting. Well, thank you very much, Sarah, for this
Thank you.
story.